File item 194, Senator Lara. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 703 by Assemblymember Bloom, an act relating to juveniles.
Senator Lara.
Thank you, Mr. President and members. AB 703 sets forth the basic requirements of Juvenile Delinquency Defense Counsel. Competent representation for juveniles is important to preserve the integrity of the justice system, prevent wrongful convictions, and reduce unnecessary incarcerations. AB 703 would help increase competency by establishing a minimum hours of training and education for defense attorneys to be appointed in delinquency proceedings. The goal of AB 703 is to ensure that all our youth in juvenile court and in every county receive competent legal representation. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Lara. Members, any debate or discussion? Seeing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. No. Bates. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. No. Block. Aye. Canella. Aye. De Leon. Aye. Fuller. No. Gaines.
No.
No. Galgiani. Aye. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Hueso. Aye. Huff. No. Jackson. Aye. Lada. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leyva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. Aye. Morrell. No. Wynn. Aye. Nielsen. No. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. No. Stone. No. Vidak. No. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Secretary, call the absent members.
Bates. No.
Ayes 29, noes 11. Measure passes. Members will now move to file item 195. Senator Wolk, you prepared to bring this item forward? Pass on file? Okay. File item 201. Senator Lara, prepared to bring this forward. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 900 by Assemblymember Levine, an act relating to juveniles.
Senator Lara.
Thank you, Mr. President and members. AB 900 seeks to better align state and federal law to protect unaccompanied immigrant minors. Under federal immigration law, immigrant children under the age of 21 may obtain a special immigrant juvenile status known as SIJS. However, a child may only apply for SIJS if the child receives a state court order with factual determinations made by the judge. AB 900 will give California courts the authority to make those determinations up to the age of 21 to match federal law. This extended guardianship will provide youth a better opportunity to adjust to life in California by allowing them to have an adult guardian. Ultimately, AB 900 will remove the unnecessary roadblock for undocumented youth and also provide stability in their lives through a legal guardian. Members, I strongly urge your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Lara. Members, any debate or discussion? Seeing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. No. Bates. No. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. Block. Aye. Canella. Aye. De Leon. Aye. Fuller. Gaines.
No.
No. Galgiani. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Hueso. Aye. Huff. No. Jackson. Aye. Lada. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leyva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. Morrell. No. Wynn. Nielsen. No. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. No. Stone. No. Vidak. Aye. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Secretary, please call the absent members.
Berryhill. No. Fuller. Galgiani. Aye. Morlock. No. Wynn. Aye.
Ayes 29, noes 10. Measure passes. Members will now move to file item 204. Senator Leyva. Pass on file. All right. Members, let's take a look at the next few file items here. File item 208, 209, 211, 213, and 221. File item 208, Senator Roth. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 1024 by Assemblymember Beth Gaines and Act relating to vehicles.
Senator Roth.
Thank you, Mr. President, colleagues. Assembly Bill 1024 modernizes current law by amending the requirements to become an operator of any driver's education program that does not offer behind-the-wheel training. Current law imposes certain licensure requirements on owners, operators, and instructors of driver's education programs, in addition to requiring 2,000 hours of behind-the-wheel teaching experience for all operators, even those who provide no behind-the-wheel training, just classroom instruction, often over the internet. Assembly Bill 1024 eliminates this 2,000-hour requirement for operators who offer no behind-the-wheel education and instead replace it with a 60-hour instruction requirement, which includes 20 hours of behind-the-wheel training. This aligns operators with the same requirements that instructors have. I would respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Roth. Members, any debate or discussion? Seeing none. Members, would there be any objection to unanimous roll call? Seeing and hearing none. Ayes 39, no 0. Measure passes. We'll now move to file item 209, Senator Wolk. Pass on file. File item 211, Senator Block. Pass on file. File item 213, Senator Wolk. Pass on file. Okay. File item 221, Senator Holden. Excuse me, Senator Pan. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 1293 by Assemblymember Holden and Act relating to civil service.
Senator Pan.
Thank you, Mr. President, Senators. Speaking on behalf of Senator Holden. I'm pleased to present AB 1293. And in August 2014, the California Correctional Healthcare Services Agency issued layoff notices to their civil service healthcare employees because they claimed there was a shortage of work. However, this claim was unsubstantiated because the State Controller's Office reported that registered nurses worked a total of 400,000 hours of overtime between June to December in 2014. And at the same time, there were 566 open vacancies. However, only 278 vacancies were filled by civil service healthcare workers at the same time the layoff notices were being issued. CCHCS paid employment firms to hire temporary workers to replace full-time civil service employees, which can cost the state millions in additional funding. AB 1293 prohibits state agencies from creating emergency staffing situations in order to avoid using civil service employees, and instead replace them with expensive contractors. AB 129 and 1293 is about increasing accountability for state services and ensuring the state gets the best value. This bill is supported by SEIU 1000, AFSCME, and the California School Employees Association with no registered opposition. I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Great. Thank you, Senator Pan. Members, any debate or discussion? Senator Morlock.
Thank you, Mr. President. We've just gone through the Great Recession, and we've got to figure out how to better manage our state. And foreclosing on the opportunity to use outside contractors just doesn't seem to be part of a good tool in the toolbox for managing this state. We've got to be open to those ideas when they're applicable, and even if it's better or more appropriate than hiring more staff. So, colleagues, I stand opposed on this bill. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Morlock. Members, any further discussion or debate? Senator Pan, you may close.
Thank you. I would just point out that this bill does not prevent the state from hiring outside contractors. What it simply says is that it's not appropriate to create create an emergency staffing situation in which there are people available in order to evade current rules about what are the most appropriate staff for the best value for the state. I respectfully ask for an aye vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Pan. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. I. Anderson. No Bates. No Bell. I. Berryhill. No Block. I. Canella. No De Leon. I. Fuller. Gaines.
No?
No Gaggiani. Glazer. No Hall. I. Hancock. I. Hernandez. I. Hertzberg. I. Hill. I. Weso. I. Huff. No Jackson. I. Lara. I. Leno. I. Leva. I. Liu. McGuire. Mendoza. I. Mitchell. I. Monning. Morlock. No Morrell. No Wynn. No Nielsen. No Pan. I. Pavley. I. Roth. I. Runner. No Stone. No Vidak. No Wykowski. I. Wolk. Wolk, aye. Lou, aye. McGuire, aye.
Secretary, please call the absent members.
Fuller. Galgiani. Aye. Monning. Aye.
Ayes 25, noes 14, measure passes, and we will now take a recess, and we will reconvene at 2 p.m. sharp. Great, thank you. Okay, members, we are returning to the file, and the next item is file item 162. Senator Hall, Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 80 by Assemblymember Campos and Aquilane to State Government.
Senator Hall.
Thank you, Mr. President and Senators. AB 80 seeks to address the racial disparities that limit the success of California's young men of color. It is projected that by 2050, California's male population will be nearly 80% boys and men of color, and yet a disproportionate number of Latino, African American, Native American, and Southeast Asian males are trapped in a cycle of poverty, prison, and disadvantage. AB 80 establishes a 20-member interagency task force aimed at aligning state agencies to undertake a coordinated response in meeting the challenges that our diverse population faces. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Hall. Members, any debate or discussion? Seeing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Anderson. Bates. Bell. Berryhill. Block. I. Canella. De Leon. Fuller. Gaines.
Aye.
I. Galgiani. I. Glazer. I. Hall. I. Hancock. I. Hernandez. Hertzberg. Hill. Hueso. I. Huff. Jackson. I. Lara. Leno. I. Leva. Liu. McGuire. Mendoza. Mitchell. Monning. I. Morlock. Morrell. Wynn. I. Nilsson. Pan. I. Pavley. I. Roth. I. Runner. Stone. I. Vidak. I. Wykowski. I. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Secretary, please call the absent members.
McGuire. I. Allen. I. Anderson. I. Bates. I. Bell. Berryhill. Canella. De Leon. Fuller. Hernandez. Hertzberg. Hill. Huff. Lara. Leva. Liu. Mendoza. I. Mitchell. Morlock. Morrell. I. Nilsson. Runner. Nielsen, aye.
Senator Hall moves the call. We'll be putting bills on call for members that are currently in committee. Is this file item 223? Senator Hall? Yeah. For what purpose?
Would like to have the clerk to note to remove AB 650 item 811 from the inactive file.
Thank you. The desk will note.